Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and I have a feeling that Blizzard might be just a little bit embarrassed after this weekend where we have the Hearthstone Summer Championships. And by the way, no embarrassment over the competitors. We'll recap briefly what happened over the weekend after this intro. So the players, not an embarrassment. The actual tournament itself, pretty well run. The production's been way better this year. That's all great. But the content, the decks within the actual tournament was alarming, kind of eye-opening for how poorly, or just how non-existent almost, this year's two expansions have been. It's pretty crazy. We're going to take a quite in-depth look at just how few things have changed in almost a year in Hearthstone, and why players seem to be, pretty darn sick of it, even if this is a power reset. Again, like I've been saying, this ain't the way to do it. Anyways, we'll get into all that. If you enjoy the content on the channel, feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like, as it helps the channel out a lot. So if you weren't aware, the Summer Championships were going on, yes, in mid-September. Don't ask me why. In Hearthstone, we had 4 more participants qualify for World Championships in Tonsaku, Pocket Train, Phil, and Soyerin, all qualifying. And I guess if you picked them, you got 3 packs. Pocket Train went on to win the whole thing. I have to say, almost all of his games, nothing was really that close. His lineup was completely different than everybody else's, and it was just super good in the meta. Like, he played super greedy, really solitary decks, but it just farmed everybody, and he also plays it extremely well. So congrats to Pocket Train, who could go on to be the first ever double world champion. No one's ever won it twice, so if he does win it this year, he'd be the first to do it twice, and it was a cool event. However, I just want to go to this tweet that we talked about yesterday, where this card, the Great Dracorex, was played on day 2 of the Hearthstone Summer Championships. It was the only mini set card played all weekend from a deck that you actually put the card in. I think there was one other mini set card played the entire time we were watching, which actually did win a game. Phil played the new demon that Warlock got. He needed a taunt to stay alive. It actually won him the game. It helped him get to Worlds. It was a decided game. So a mini set card did have some impact, but that's it, right? I have never seen a content drop like this ever have this minimal impact in Hearthstone history, period. Mini set expansion, whatever. I've never seen this. It's absolutely wild. And if you look at the lineups that competitors brought, which I'll link down below if you want to try out these decks, be warned, they're tournament decks. You're not going to climb the ladder playing Pocket Train's lineup. It is built for tournaments. Do not do that. You'll be baited. Also, you got to play it like Pocket, which is not very easy. Look at the decks we saw. Almost entirely starships for DK. We had spell damage druid. These are archetypes. We'll just go with what the expansion they kind of started, right? Starship DK, the Great Dark Beyond, the last expansion of last year. Alonius druid, spell damage druid, started in Perils in Paradise. A lot of these decks, by the way, are fueled by Elise, which is a new card from this expansion, but not really, the deck is around it. It just helps all these decks out. Fire-Rack Rogue, which, yes, it's got Fire-Rack, which is a new card this year, but it's been a different variant of just Abuse Sandbox Scoundrel, right? That's all it's really ever been about. And that deck kind of started, shortly after Perils of Paradise, whether it was Sonya and other cards throughout the time. It's been something with that card, right? So again, more of a Perils or a Whiz-Bang deck. We have the Quest Warrior, right? The new Warrior Quest. But it's just Terran Warrior with the quest thrown in. I will even point out that Phil, who brought Quest Warrior, mulliganed away the quest more than he even kept it. I think he only kept it against Death Knights. He barely even kept it. It's like a tech card in the deck more than anything. So again, it's basically a Great Dark Beyond StarCraft deck, right? And then Mech Warrior is, again, Whiz-Bang, most of the parts of it. The mech package is like Whiz-Bang with, Elise thrown in there. There is some newer stuff in there, but overall, a more older deck. Nebula Shaman, again, I think that's Perils in Paradise. Again, a deck that does have some newer stuff, but basically the point I'm getting at, the only deck that contains the core like principle, the core deck, you know, the main idea from any expansion this year, period. And we're not even talking about Into the Emerald Dream, which was Imbue and Dark Gifts, right? It's Quest Warlock, right? Quest Warlock, that Fellfire Rift or whatever it's called. That's the only one. There's one deck out of all the decks brought this entire championships was focused on an expansion from this year, which again, I cannot recall ever happening before. Like when we were casting, Theo and I were casting, which were long days. We had like almost hit 10 hours yesterday. It's like over 7 hours on Saturday, over 8 hours on Friday. It was like, well, haven't we seen all these decks for like almost half a year? Because yeah, we have all of them. They've all been around for like half a year, right? The off, you know, the rare decks like Protoss Priest, that's StarCraft. Drunk Paladin, that's Perils in Paradise. Like these are all older decks. Discover Hunter, again, is like Perils in Paradise, right? Or is that Great Dark Beyond? Might be Great Dark Beyond. I think it's, yeah, there's Draenei. It's Great Dark Beyond, right? But still, these are all decks that started from last year's expansions. And it's just kind of like, you know, I have to feel it's got to be a little bit embarrassing, a little bit like, what are we doing when we can't release like playable stuff from all year? Like I get, we've been talking about resetting power level and all that, but like, do you do it like this? It is such a weird way. Even when they did it back in the day of like old Rostigan's Rumble, there was still more playable stuff from there. There really was. Like even just Rostigan's Rumble, for example, gave us Shirvala Paladin, which was quite good, and really put Hunter over the top with like Master's Call and Zul'jin. Hunter was like top tier after that because of Rostigan's Rumble. So right there, that's one more deck that we have from this set plus mini set, right? Pretty wild stuff. And again, you look at the meta itself, not just competitively, it's the same deal. You got Quest Warlock up there. You do have Quest Paladin at Legend, still positive. So I know the Redditors get mad about Quest Paladin. There's some merit to it. It's not like it's a terrible deck. It's just not played at the highest of high Legend. But other than that, you're really not looking at much, right? You have to go down to the bottom where the rest of the stuff is just really sucking. And we're waiting for that next balance patch. And it's like, what buffs could possibly elevate like a Quest Shaman, a Quest Priest, a Quest Rogue, or any Imbue deck, right? Like the Imbue stuff's just been forgotten about at this point. It didn't take on either, right? We've been talking a lot about Ungoro. Emerald Dream is just pretty much as big a stinker as this set has been in terms of meta impact. So again, there's the possibility we just ride things out. We just play starships and spell damage druid and Firac rogues all year. And then next year we actually have a shakeup in the meta, but like we've never had to wait that long ever for anything like that. And there's no guarantee that's going to happen because, you know, the next set could be crazy. The next set next year with rotation could be crazy. The core set, you never know, right? These sets could just be completely a waste for the entirety of Hearthstone outside of like, you know, the odd niche thing like an Elise, right? Or Neri, I think it's called, that Pocket Train was able to utilize it as Discover Hunter. There are tools that are thrown into these decks, but I've never seen so many archetypes, so many actual deck concepts not take off. And yeah, it was really jarring this weekend to see that. And I just thought I'd give you guys that little bit of insight and yeah, a recap on this stuff because the Play Hearthstone socials didn't tweet a damn thing. The only thing they tweeted was like, the summer championships are starting, and then silence. Ben Hearthstone is always stepping up and reporting for us. So yeah, again, congrats to Pocket Train. Really, like, perfectly played tournament by him. Like, it's really impressive to watch him play, and definitely going to be one of the favorites at the World Championships at a later date. We don't know yet, but again, we'll keep you guys posted on all that. And now hopefully we'll hear about a balance patch sometime this week, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.